J. Scott Readey, the newest addition to the Illinois ResourceNet Technical Assistance Provider team, hit the ground running when he came on board in late February. Jay's experience in the field of nonprofits ranges from working with collaboratives, municipalities, and nonprofits to applying successfully for federal funds for startup organizations.
Pointing them in the right direction was walking through the application and literally helping them understand.
After working with 3 different municipalities to complete a total of 6 submissions, Jay Readey is prepared to assist and connect Illinois nonprofits and local units of government with the information and resources necessary to gain access to available federal funding opportunities.
And so most everybody was aware of the funds. Some of them had already looked at the grant. But there were little things where people needed support and really just needed us to make connections for them in order to get, say, a DUNS number for a town, or there was a special police registry number where the federal government had a registry number for the department, and so helping people find that so that they could even get into the online application system. So we did some of that, and then I clarified what certain questions meant.
Earlier this year, the Burnham Police Department, the Robbins Police Department, and the Dixmoor Police Department benefited directly. The grant award provided to each one of these municipalities provided for new squad cars and police officer positions.
Small, probably understaffed departments that don't frequently apply for federal grants. I think in one case the village had applied in another frame. In a couple of the other cases, it was the first time that village had ever applied for federal money directly.
After working one-on-one with municipalities, Jay's next task would entail helping a collaborative of about 30 healthcare stakeholders apply for an Illinois planning grant to prepare for federal money allotted for a healthcare initiative centered on information exchange. Jay recounts how he helped organize the group and distribute tasks among the group's partners.
And then in the healthcare process, which was a very intensive 6-week process of meeting not only once a week as a full collaborative, but then additionally in smaller committees. We broke into 4 committees: business planning and sustainability. One was IT, what would be the technical requirements of the system that we're talking about building. One was governance of any new structure. And the 4th was stakeholders, so broadening the engagement in the wider community, because the state and later the federal government really wants to see outreach to everyone from healthcare consumers to insurers to patient advocate groups to individual doctor offices to nurses as a profession. So we had those 4 committees, and over the 6-week period I did a lot of convening and facilitating meetings by committee to help bubble up the ideas to the larger group where the facilitation was being done and the collaborative was coming together, and then the grant was being put together.
While working with the collaborative, Jay assisted another group applying for a mentorship initiative. His role in the process included drafting letters of support and collecting information from partnering groups.
In the mentor grants, I was more hands-on with respect to helping collect letters of support and helping communicate with partners and stakeholders about what we were doing. In one case, I even drafted some sample letters of support so that people could see what kind of expectations were needed and what partners should be committing to in order to support the grant process. The budget was a big area of questions. How do I do this? There was a matching requirement, and so thinking through how do we come up with the matching funds and how do we allocate the expenses so that they match up and fulfill the right amount.
So how exactly do Illinois ResourceNet Technical Assistant Providers guide grantees through the federal funding application process?
We had a ton of letters of support, and so building that mass of backing and getting the attention of people who can actually help us pull it off was very important. And so I think that's the lesson for smaller groups, is that if you can pull together bigger and better known supporters, then you can make the case for being included in the mix and getting some funding.
Illinois ResourceNet is a nonprofit focused on helping nonprofits throughout the state of Illinois and small municipalities connect to federal funding opportunities. For more information, log on to www.illinoisresource.net. Click in the About Us section to learn more about J. Scott Readey.